Oh, hold on there, young man. I see a white rose in your pocket there. You don't happen to be here for a blind date, do you? Well, there are two ways I will be able to figure that out. Either I'm a private investigator, with the keen observation and logical reasoning abilities to figure out that you're wearing a rose in your jacket pocket to signify that you're someone else's date without knowing who the opposing date is. Or I'm just a woman who's been told that her date will be wearing a white rose. Oh, don't be so shy, cutie. It's completely alright. I said I'd wait at the bar, and I went to the table early. I didn't want to get too tipsy before you arrived. I'm quite a lightweight. My friends joke that I get drunk even when I get a whiff of a Long Island iced tea or martini. Oh, right. Just go ahead and take a seat. I order a bottle of water and some bread to start. But I don't doubt you'll be wanting something of your own to drink. Well, as I understand it, a friend of mine works at the office next to you, and you apparently revealed at her at some point that you were looking for a date on Valentine's Day. Not that into girls your age, not into speed dating events, which, let's be honest, they do kinda suck. You don't want to know my experience with some of those events. Would you believe me if I told you I was denied entering one time because they didn't believe I was single? Yeah, it was super weird. They just kept saying, nope, sorry, this event is for singles only, when I was literally single at the time. Honestly, looking back, it's kind of funny. They had a bunch of people at their event who, I'll be honest, weren't conventionally attractive. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I'm not a big fan of them, as you might be able to see. I'm only wearing some lipstick, no other makeup. Well, that's a very sweet compliment, young man. I'm quite aware that most boys like you don't have much of an understanding of makeup. So knowing that you find me hot either way is a very sly comment, to say the least. And I haven't been told anything similar by a man in years. Well, the thing about people assuming I'm already in a relationship, it's kind of a running trend. All the young men I find that I'm into seems to assume that women like me isn't looking for anything but some fun. I even gone as far as walking up to one such boy once. Unfortunately, I had the misfortune of trying to flirt with the boy who was already in a relationship with the girl, who, when she saw two of us talking, promptly marched at him and gave him a quite long, enthusiastic kiss. Which, good enough of a hint for me. I'm not a homewrecker. I'm actually quite happy for him. A protective girlfriend is never a bad thing to have. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, such a sweet boy. I'm glad you like my dress. I was wondering if it's a bit too revealing? It's not like it's see-through or anything, but this cut down reaches beyond my belly button, and the strings of the fabric it leaves to cover me are a little too small for decency. You can see the sides of my breast peeping out from the side, and then there's these little charms on the chains, just right between them, giving you a perfect excuse to stare. I do love the gloves though. There's just something about thin red fabric covering my arms and hands that just makes me feel incredibly sexy, you know? It makes me feel desirable and in control. Oh, just wait until I stand up, sweet boy. It'll be a special surprise for you. Although, I can reveal a bit, I suppose. This dress used to cover my legs entirely. But I didn't quite like that. I asked my favorite tailor to have it altered, and he took away quite a bit of fabric. I quite like the results, and I do hope you like it too. Oh, don't you worry. Nobody here will be too shocked. In all honesty, as much as I love to tease, I'm not going to run the risk of doing anything too uncouth. In public, that is. At home, it's another story entirely. Oh, how naughty of you. Maybe that's how I walk around in comfort and privacy of my own home indeed. But then, maybe you'll see later tonight. But enough about me. I've been blabbering on, and you haven't been able to get a word on. Go on, tell me about yourself. I'd like to know everything you can think of. Place of work I already know, obviously, but I don't know much else. Hobbies, family, sense of style, favorite movies, all of it. Tell me anything and everything. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm wealthy. I'm well more organized with my money, and I can't afford more than an occasional treat for myself. But I'm not some super wealthy CEO. I live in a suburban home, not a penthouse, which it has advantages, but also some disadvantages. Really, there are some dreams I still like to fulfill. One of which may or may not involve a penthouse with a lot of windows and a big fluffy bed. Darling, I don't know if you picked it up by now, but I feel like I should tell you this. I'm looking for something very particular. Some people might call me picky for it, but I simply can't help myself. I'm looking for a very specific relationship dynamic, and not everyone likes that. So if I tell you what I'm about to tell you, I need you to first promise that you'll at least not storm out. If you don't like it, we can at the very least finish this dinner cordially and not make a scene. Wonderful. Thank you for promising me. Now, I'm looking for a lack of better term, a house husband. Some people I know tell me I'm looking for a boy wife or a male wife, but that doesn't quite cover what I want. It's not necessary that I want to be with a cute guy who's feminine all the ways, but what's in his pants. It's the fact that I want to take care of someone, be the breadwinner, and come home to my husband every day. I want to have a domestic life, but with the guy as a stay-at-home one instead of me. I'm not sure if this is coming across too well. Oh, you do get it? That's nice. So, does that mean you're interested in being in a relationship like that? There's no pressure behind it, of course. No is an answer too. I get why it might be strange, or why you wouldn't like it. I mean, it's literally the opposite of a normal relationship. The nuclear family and all that. I mean, you could describe me as a bit of a rebel, I suppose. Don't care much for beauty norms, don't care much for gender norms. Almost as if I'm looking to reject society or something. But no. All I want is to be a beautiful wife to my loyal stay-at-home husband. And the men in my age are far too set on their values to qualify. So I had to resort to the newer generations to find what I'm looking for. And now here you are, looking quite delicious, in that 3-piece suit with that white rose. And normally I wouldn't bring this subject up in the first date, but I really think that maybe we could be a thing together. But I'm not sure if you're open to what I want, so I really just want to know before I invest too much. That's amazing. I'm very, very glad to hear that. Oh, a condition? What would that be then? Oh, I see. That's wonderful. Simply amazing. I'm so glad I came out here tonight. I should not have doubted my friend for even a second. Oh, definitely. I'd love to call you my good boy over and over, if that's your only condition before trying a relationship like this. I believe we're going to be in for a very, very fun time. Oh, absolutely. I know the kind of stuff some naughty boys want nowadays. They want an older woman to take care of them, call them a good boy, and make them feel very, very good. And while I would love to spoil you in all sorts of ways, I'm only going to reward a good boy if he acts like a good boy. And I do expect my future good boy to do all sorts of things other than just being absolutely adorable. Well, To be an adorable house husband, you need to take care of the house while I'm away, wouldn't you? But I promise I won't be too tough on you. All I need you to do is make sure we can eat and that the house doesn't get super dirty so that I could come home, eat, and sit on the couch with you, go to the bathroom to get cleaned up together, or maybe even to the bedroom before you even have dinner because I'm just too excited to see you again. Oh, don't you worry for even a moment, my dear. I'm very good at this. I'll be honest, I've done some research on this topic, to put it in public decent terms. I know that perhaps you like to call me particular names. Does Mommy sound familiar at all? Oh, look at you blush. So adorable. Turning all red when I say it even once. I can imagine how much effort it'll take to get you to say it yourself. Or maybe it'll slip up naturally. As a product of overstimulation. Overwhelmed by pleasure. I can already imagine it. Seeing you blush and whimper beneath me. Shh. Don't get too excited, cutie. Let's just stay calm in the restaurant. We can't be too naughty in public yet. You have to be a bit contained, my cute boy. Well, we still have dinner to finish first of all. We're only at the second course, and we haven't even finished it. I know you want it very, very badly, but unfortunately you simply have to wait. Oh, don't be too sad, my dear. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm not denying it entirely. Of course we're going home together, now that this date is going so well. But we're not quite done yet. So you will be a good boy for me and finish your dinner. I'm quite excited to get out of here myself, and I can't wait to see your reaction when I stand up, and when I hold the car door open for you, and my home. There are so many things I want to see and hear out of you, but we're both forced to wait just a little bit longer. Don't you think it's hot in here? I feel like I'm turning a little red myself as well. I say we skip dessert. What do you think? I'm sure we could come up with something to replace it with when we get to my house. I'm pretty sure I have some whipped cream laying around in the fridge, which we can use to great effect. Agreed. Then finish your main course, my good boy. We got a long night ahead of us, and I can't wait to get started.